Good morning. This is James, Coach Comeback Holland, with a private conversation I'm totally making public. And I got permission from the person, even though I'm trying not to show their name. They said it was okay. I just think this is valuable that um, plenty of others may benefit from, and hopefully spark a conversation um, because something he said again, I just mentioned yesterday getting emotional, but it was something that struck a chord with me that was mentioned in this conversation. That is something I hear pretty often, that is very common to something, it's a belief that keeps you chasing this shiny object and crap after crap, and you're wondering why. 2 3 years goes by in this and you're still getting a negative belief that it's impossible to make money online. And I just remember having these same beliefs, and sometimes I wish I could just grab some people and grab them by the shoulders and shake them. Like, if people always ask me if I could go back and start over, what would I do? And I always say I wish I got rid of all the crap, all these um, other programs and list building and squeeze pages and AdSense, and I wish I never even knew what SEO was, and all the things that just totally wasted my time. And I always say I go back to this. It's funny because people will ask me, coming from someone who's been doing it and having success, and they're asking if I would start over with no money, what would I do? And I'm telling you, after all I've tried, everything else was a waste of time. This is exactly what I would do. I'm not BSing you. This is what I would do and what I would suggest everyone who's starting out do, and stop buying crap and hoping that there's going to be some 3-click thing that changes everything. So anyway, I digress. I will get into the conversation, make this quick, and love to hear your feedback. So the conversation started from a Facebook message, which I hate. I don't do Facebook messaging. I only go on there a couple times a day because I'm in other groups that I have to interact with. But the messaging on there and like checking the news feed and scrolling and all that, I just don't do it. I just hate being on Facebook. It's a time suck for me. So if you ever want to have a conversation with me, please add me on Skype, not Facebook. So just go to coachlikes.com/add me. coachlikes.com/add me, and that will add me on Skype. You'll be 100 times more likely to get a hold of me on Skype than sending me a Facebook message. Trust me. So the conversation started on Facebook, asking about my opinion on a new program that was just launched by someone else, and asked me what I thought of this program. And then I said, I can't even really tell what it's selling, but can we move this conversation over to Skype? So that's why it's kind of starting off here. So he says, a quote from the sales page, quote, super secret, I love that, super secret software that has been responsible for creating millionaires and held secret by super elite in the list building and internet marketing world. And the end quote says, have you ever heard of this idea? Not the software, but the idea. My trend is to think well of it, since Cliff Kerrigan does not promote junk products. And Cliff Kerrigan does put out some good stuff. I have nothing against Cliff. If he's listening to this or watching this, absolutely has nothing to do with you or the software in question. So my response says, don't take this the wrong way, Larry, but I don't believe in any of that crap anymore. I used to buy, and it's spelled wrong, B-Y, but I used to buy everything. I heard it all, super secret software. Is there a demo? We don't even know exactly what the thing does or what it's selling on the page. And if you listen to my podcast, you will know I also think list building is stupid. Not in the sense that you should not have a list, because you should. But the idea of giving away a ton of free garbage that people will never even actually open, using squeeze pages in hopes that they will actually read they'll actually put in a real email address and then start listening to you. Just flat out doesn't work. I've done list building for years. And the list I build from the free stuff barely buy anything if they're even a real email address. Now take it, I'm talking about internet marketing mostly. In other niches, there's not so much a trend to put in a fake email just to get the free download. But the internet marketing niche in general is just pretty darn used to all this. So it's just been diluted so much, the method just doesn't work all that effective as you think. Then I say, nor not as well as they make you believe. It just doesn't work that great. So I said, want to build a real list, then do a webinar or sell your own product. So here's the part that got to me. So the person's reply was, I hear you, coach, but here on the lower end of the income scale with the IRS knocking on my back door, it is not financially possible to do either of those things. That's the part that got me. It is not financially possible to do either of these things. Then he says they should have provided the demo of the software on the page. Not that I want to throw my money away. I sent Cliff an email. We'll try to pry for information. And then here's the URL. If you want to check it out, you're more than welcome. The software in question. The email says www.noconfirmationrequired.com if you want to check it out. So my reply was to his saying it is not financially possible to do either of those, which he's referring to when I said do a webinar or launch a product. My reply was, this is 100% false. Both of the things I said require zero out of pocket. So this is what really got to me, the belief that you can't launch your own product or do a webinar because you have to make money first before you can do that because it's expensive. That makes no sense at all to me, especially when considering buying a $50 software to hopefully make you some money, where creating your own product and doing a webinar can be done for absolutely free. So it's actually cheaper and more valuable doing what I said. So my response is, to create your own product, all you need is research and a Word doc that you convert to a PDF, which is 100% free. It doesn't cost you any money to create your own product. No software needed, no magic click button, nothing. And then I say a webinar. I did my first webinar using free traffic methods and a 21-day free trial of a webinar software. And I said, as you may already know this, because I believe he's a member of my product, how I made $2,991 in 4.5 days. You can see the info at that at www.coachlikes.com/provingitworks. coachlikes.com/provingitworks is where I show how I basically made almost $3,000 in about 5 days using this method, which was more than any other method of years of list building and AdSense and SEO and sniper sites and Squidoo and video marketing and social media marketing and all this other crap. It was more than I'd ever made in that short amount of time doing all these other methods that take forever to try to implement. So then I went on to say, sorry for the tough love, as I know this is not what you wanted to hear, but I guarantee you buy that software and 3 months from now, even if you use this quote super magic secret software every single day, you will still be in the exact same place you are now, which is, I realize that sounds a little bit harsh, but it's because things like this, I've been there. I've been spending months chasing stuff and then thinking I don't have what it takes to sell my own product or do a webinar or do any of the more profitable tasks because I think no one knows me and no one's going to buy from me. So instead I look for these other stupid tactics. So I know that 3 months from now you're still going to be chasing the next new product, hoping that something works, when I tell you that my everything changed when I started doing webinars or when I started creating my own products without costing anything. To launch a product, it doesn't cost you anything. So I said, I would bet money on it because I put my money where my mouth is and I believe in what I'm doing. So I said, I bet money on it. We can make a deal. If you get this product and you hit whatever goal you decide, I will let you into my 5K coaching program for free. If that software freaking works and you make millionaires and it gets you tons of lists, you know, you build a magic list and all of a sudden you're making everything. And all these years of doing internet marketing, the one thing you were missing was this magic super secret software. If that is the case, I will eat my words and coach you for free into my coaching program. But I said, if you try this and it does nothing, when you're in the same place a month from now and it absolutely is just another waste of time, then I said the deal is you must listen to me and go forward with creating your own product. And then I say I stand by my word and believe in what I do, and I don't want you wasting years chasing crap that is going to be 3 clicks and solve all your problems. It just doesn't exist. You can take me up on this offer or not, totally up to you. So I will end it there. This belief that you can't launch your own product, or you can't do a webinar, or even worse, the belief that it costs more money than this $50 product that considering buying, or if you add up all the WSOs or products you've bought over the years, you know, for advertising on Warrior Forum, it literally costs $20 to launch a product. So the barrier of entry is $20 for an asset that you can sell forever. ClickBank is, you know, your first product is $49 to list it on there. Digi Results, JVZoo, free. List your course on Udemy, free. To sell your course on Google Helpouts, free. So to create your own product, all you gotta do is research an idea and list it and get it in front of people who may want to buy it and cost you nothing. All these softwares, programs, plugins, and all this crap that you're buying, that's what's costing you money. Even worse, it's costing you time, putting effort into this thing that's just going to keep you in the same place you've been for the last few months or even years doing the exact same thing. So just take my advice. Again, I'm telling you from someone who's been doing this, and I'm not just making this up or fluffing it. If you took away everything from me, if you took my list, if you took my name, if you took everything, all my money, nothing, and I was starting from scratch with a new name, new identity, no one knew who I was, and all the things that I've tried over the last 6 years of doing internet marketing, you asked me what I would do, I would research a problem, any niche, doesn't matter, this works in any topic. Research a problem that people are having and create a product that solves that problem. And I would sell my product first. I wouldn't put a squeeze page. As you know, I don't even have any squeeze pages up on the internet at all. It just blows my mind. I get too emotional about this. It blows my mind that people say they want to learn from someone who's a success or who they believe is doing better than them and want to do it. And then when you ask me what to do, no one does it. They go, oh, no, I can't do that. Of course you can do that. And they go, I'm going to go back and see if there's something else I can buy that's going to solve all the problems for me. And I get that. I've been there. I've had the doubts and the belief and didn't think it could work. But what I'm telling you is the hindsight. You know, any parents out there or whatever, look back and say, man, if I knew what I knew now, what I would tell my kids, I wish they would listen to me. I've been there. This is me in that same position. If I knew then what I knew now, I would absolutely skip everything. No software needed, no plugins needed, no programs. I've got all these expensive programs that were backlinking and creating profiles for me and posting to social media and all this automation stuff. And none of it made me any money. None of it. If I was starting over, you're asking what someone who's doing it, what they would do. If I was starting over and you had no idea who I was, and I was starting from scratch, I would start with product creation and nothing else. No squeeze pages, no SEO, no backlinking. I would create a product without a doubt, 100%. and then I'd create another one and another one and another one in the same niche, building my brand, building up my reputation, and in 6 months I would be exactly back to where I am right now, guaranteed. So just want to share that with you. Hope it helps. You can feel free to ask me anything on Skype, coachlikes.com/add me. Or if you want to know more about the coaching program where I teach this, coachlikes.com/secret video, and you can find out more. Hope this helps. Would love to hear your feedback and your thoughts. Talk soon.